60th year that we are celebrating, and we are very proud. What started off, the University of Newcastle originally started off as a higher education institution for the indigenous people, and it has continued to grow into the behemoth institution that it is today. While it is still very focused on indigenous education, the University of Newcastle has also extended its influence across the world. Where is Newcastle? Newcastle is a regional university based in New South Wales. We currently have 5 campuses in Australia across these 3 regions. There's 2 campuses in Newcastle City. One is Newcastle City campus and one is Callahan campus. In Central Coast, we have Gosford and we have Rimba, and we do have a Sydney campus as well. So this is how you could get to the university. These are different travel methods and travel modes that are available to get to the university. This is the connection that university has to the rest of the world. There's also going to be international flights to South Asia, I think later this year or early next year. So it will become a lot more accessible for students across the world. When we're looking at the university originally started with around 20 to 30 students in 1965. And today we've graduated more than 36,000 students across the world. We have more than 7,000 enrollments coming in almost every year. Like I said, the 5 campuses that are there. This is just a glimpse of the university, what it looks like. So in the center of your screen, if you'll see those big buildings that are there, the big glass buildings, that is the university. There's also another campus. This is, I think, in the Central Coast campus. Yeah, Apurva and I both have not been to the university yet. So this is just what we've been told, but I'm pretty sure that it matches the pictures. And if it isn't, we'll come back and tell you all it's not as brilliant as the pictures, but I'm pretty sure that's not going to be the case. This is an aerial view of the Central Coast campus as well. Right? Why study with the University of Newcastle? Why should you all choose the University of Newcastle, and why should you all recommend the University of Newcastle to your students? Currently, the university stands at 227 as per the QS rankings of 2025. That makes us a top 1% university of the world. Majority of the subjects that we do offer to our international students are ranked in the top 200 of the world. Right? 95% of the research that's conducted at the university is above the world standard. Another thing that's very, very prominent at the university is the ROIs that our students experience. So we have an above 90 to a 95% of employment for both our undergrads and our postgrads once they complete. When we're talking about employability, what are we talking about? We're talking about how quickly the students get a job. So students are getting jobs in their fields within the first 4 months of graduating. How high are their salaries? In a few slides later, I'll show you the kind of salaries that can be expected for an average student who graduates from the University of Newcastle. And the third thing is whether the job is in the field that they have studied. And the university ranks very highly on all of these things. Also, I like to tell my students when I'm talking to them, every kind of support that you require during your entire journey at Newcastle is available. So right from pre-application and pre-offer to you even graduating and post-graduation. So we have a lot of student clubs and a lot of student societies to give the very extracurricular attention that students are looking for. We do have free shuttles between the campuses. So students just have to flash their ID card and they can get on the buses. The on-campus accommodation is also very, very safe for all of our Indian students, for all of the female students especially. It's a very, very safe location because we do have 24-hour security. And more than anything else, Newcastle is known for its affordability. Right? I'll show you also what we mean, how affordable we are talking when looking at the University of Newcastle. This is the kind of salaries the average student gets on graduating at the University of Newcastle. If you have done research or if you are familiar with the Australian model of education and the post-study work visas, you will find that these kind of salaries are also enjoyed by students who graduate from the group of 8 universities. So that is the level of education, that is the quality of education that the students get at Newcastle. Newcastle itself is a very beautiful place, a very picturesque place. It is one of the fastest growing regional economies in Australia. It is currently the #1 town for tourism in New South Wales. Being a regional state, there are the regional benefits that are offered to the students. So, which is the extra post-study stay back, the extra points, things like that. Again, Apurva would be a good person to talk about this because she can talk about these things in her sleep, right? The university also has our volunteers from the university, the student ambassadors, who act as police patrols around the area. So that helps keep the safety very high. Coming back to the affordability, the university is 39 times more affordable than Sydney. We don't say cheaper because cheaper just sounds a bit off. We say more affordable, but it is in fact 39 times cheaper than Sydney. And this is for both the living, the cost of living, the cost of education, everything. While it may be more affordable, the quality of life is not diminished. The quality of life is still maintained. It's very high standards over there. Right? Currently, the university offers a 20% scholarship to all of our students. So any student who gets an offer also gets a scholarship. The reason we are keeping it as a blanket scholarship and not a slab-based scholarship is because the university, one, our entry requirements are high. So in order to, if you're getting into the programs already means you're a good student, which means then you can also get a scholarship very easily. The scholarship follows a little different pattern. The first year, the first semester fees is a complete tuition fees that the students have to pay. The second semester, the full 20% is issued. And then from the next year, it's split. So it's a 20% for both the semesters then. I'll just pause over here to see if there are any questions. Can we move ahead?
Yes, Daniel, we don't have any questions in the chat.
Good. Thank you so much. Right. So these are some of the subjects that we offer. Like I said, most of it is in the top 200 of the world. We also do have computing and cybersecurity and computer science programs, but that's in the top 300 in the world. It's between 251 to 300. So, but then if you're talking about the top 200, these are all the programs that we have. One of our industry partners is UNITA. What is UNITA? UNITA is the United Nations training and something. Training and research. So they do have a campus in Newcastle itself. And this does allow our students, one, to be more aware of different issues around the world, because that's what United Nations does. And two, it also offers a much wider range of job opportunities. So when we're talking about our industry partners, I'll come to that again later. You'll see some of our industry partners mentioned in the slides, but we are a very proud partner of UNITA. We're one of the few universities in Australia to be partnered with UNITA, in fact. Right, just a glimpse of our campuses. So this is the Newcastle City, the main city campus. This is the Callahan campus. If you can see beyond the blur, you'll see it's a beautiful campus. This is the Honeysuckle precinct, which is in Central Coast City. This is the library in Central Coast. So if you see, while the campuses are there, if not taken away the natural beauty that Australia is known for, because you'll see the greenery in the campuses is very much present. These are some of our industry partners that we have. Why are the industry partners important? Because the industry partners help us during every child's journey, during their education journey. All their project works, all their internships, all their placements as part of the program happens with some of these partners. Also, these partners also come on to the career fairs. So post the graduation, every year we do have like a career fair for students where they can meet different organizations and help them get a job offer letter. This is what you're seeing. The career fairs at the University of Newcastle are very discipline focused. So students who have done business management will be talking to people who are looking for people to employ in those fields. Students who have done information technology or computer science are looking towards the tech fields, right? So it's a very discipline focused kind of career fairs that we have, allowing a maximum benefit for the students. This is a slide that talks about the employability ratios of the university. In all three slides, you'll see that Newcastle is very high up on the list as compared to the first one is the median salaries, the second one is undergrad salaries, and the third one is undergrad employment outcomes. And you see the university ranks very high in all these three areas. This data is available on Quilt, by the way. Apurva, I'll give it over to you now.
Thank you so much, Daniel. And I'm sorry, guys, I'm traveling, so I'm taking this meeting from chauffeur-driven car. So I apologize if there's a little bit of glitch here and there. But if there is, Daniel, just stop me so that I can repeat myself. All right. So as Alan mentioned that, university excels in many areas, in some of the areas, and the prime focus of research, the prime focus of investment from the government remains architecture, construction, humanities programs, our sciences, computer science program, engineering, health, medicine, and engineering. Though University of Newcastle, the backbone of the university is business and management, and along with IT programs, because majority of our programs are accredited throughout, but business standalone, the whole of business school is accredited by AACSB and ICWIS, which means when a student graduates from our Newcastle Business School, they graduate with an accreditation, which makes them more employable. Apart from that, it's not just business school which is accredited. We have Engineers Australia accreditation, we have Architecture accreditation, and of course we have the APRA accreditation as well. And goes without saying, all the medical programs are also accredited. These are some of the accreditations and recognitions.
I would like to quickly interject over here. Sorry, Apurva. So you will see later on that the university has a lot of dual degree programs, which means when the students are studying, for example, if they're doing an MBA with a digital marketing program or a marketing and digital strategy, that means they're looking at a triple accredited program, or they're looking at a 4 times accredited program, which really enhances the quality of the education that the students get and also their employability later on. Sorry, Apurva, please continue.
No, thanks for the report. So yeah, at times when students compare degrees from another university to our university, and they may highlight that, okay, ma'am, you're giving 20% scholarship, okay, so you're giving me that scholarship, but still getting a cheaper course elsewhere. This is where the accreditations come into picture. The reason why, it may not be really, in this case, I'd like to say cheap, because we do not believe in, the university does not believe in delivering cheap education, but qualitative education. And with quality comes a cost. So whenever you are comparing two different degrees at two different institutions, only from the price point, please make sure that you're also looking at the accreditations that the students will end up getting at the end of the degree. Move on the next slide.
You want to move forward?
Yeah, thanks. So just quickly, though I understand it will be too much of a download for us to be able to tell you about all the programs. So we'd like to tell you about a few programs that run really well in the KC network and in the India market. Starting off with the most popular Bachelors of Business and Bachelors of Commerce programs. Again, these programs are offered in semester-based model, and for the next year, for 2026, our intakes have been tweaked a little bit. So in place of February, we now have a Jan intake, and in place of July, we now have an August intake. So on your screen, you can see the indicative annual tuition fee for 2026 intakes. And on top of this fee, there will be a 20% of scholarship available for both UG and also PG programs under this umbrella. There is something that you see as 140 hours in WIL on your screen, which is nothing but work integrated learning opportunity. I'm not sure how many of you know, but we are a proud member of Australia Technological Network, which is ATN, which means that we are heavily invested in all the technologically backed courses, even non-technologically backed courses when it comes to industry partnerships. Hence, due to the relationship that we have with various industries, due to the kind of faculty we have also embedded 140 hours of work integrated learning for our students, which start right from the second year, or essentially semester 3 of programs, both at UG and PG levels, which is nothing but faculty guided placements, which means that when they are in the degree, unlike the traditional internships, they can not just learn about the programs in a classroom setting, but they will also be exposed to the industry as early as 1 year old in the degree. So by the time they graduate, they are not graduating. They're not just graduating with academics; they're graduating with experiences. So here's the deal: they graduate with an accredited degree, book by the books and by the experience, and they're already placed by our career hub, which makes them really nicely employable. Which is why, going back to Daniel's slide initially, for majority of our courses, outcomes for UG is above 90%, and for PG is above 95% within just 4 months of graduating. Now, talking about business analytics and
Apurva, I think we're losing you. Your
here
voice is
is the
breaking a little bit.
indicative. Okay, is it a little better now?
It's better. Yes, thank you.
Thank you. Yeah, so similarly with business analytics as well, again, an accredited course by both ICWIS and AACSB. When we talk about Masters of Business Administration Global, now this is a global program, and one thing that I'd like all of you to kind of consciously remember is that a global degree would attract students from various backgrounds, and hence it's a global degree. So if a student coming from, let's say, a hotel management background wants to do something in leadership and business management in general, wants to do something of their own, for example, this could be pitched in to them. If a student coming from health management background but wants to do an MBA because they want to manage at a leadership level, they want to learn at leadership level, this is the course. Basically, this attracts students from various backgrounds and bring them together to one classroom. Again, this one has an 80-hour of work integrated learning, which is still a good deal. Sorry, and this program is offered on a trimester model, which means now here we have some of the specializations for Masters of Business, and something that we highly recommend our Indian students to look into because that makes them more employable. The visa acceptance rate becomes much more stronger, and the overall learning outcomes become much more defined. So if I talk about any specialization, here on the screen it's Masters of Science in Data Analytics. You see, it's a 2-year degree. So from this course, the students just do not graduate with a specialization, they graduate with a dual degree. Which makes, again, a very good deal because then if the students want, they can choose multiple career options. As you can see towards the right corner, bottom corner, students could even become entrepreneur because there are, I think, 2 or 3 units into entrepreneurship. Students could become management consultant, or they could even get into more technical aspect of it like data analysts or business intelligence analysts. And this is what exactly an outcome of a dual degree is. And that kind of gives more options to the students to, play around with what they really want to do until they have figured out where they want to settle in their career. Not just this, we have other specializations like human resource management. A lot of students who are coming from a 3-year Bachelor of Psychology here in India, which cannot be accepted for a master in Australia, into the human resource angle as well. Then we have applied finance. In fact, we have also come up with Masters of FinTech program, which is starting from 2026. International business is really, really popular, especially in those students who want to do entrepreneurship, who want to start up something really of their own. International businesses for them. Health economics, management, and policy remain really popular, continue to remain really popular in those students who have a health background but want to learn the management aspect of it. So health management could be different from regular operations management. Hence, this specialization will suit those who already are in the health background but want to learn about management of health background. And of course, goes without saying, our marketing and professional accounting again remain really, really popular in the Indian market. So speaking of Masters of Professional Accounting, we have work learning options available here as well. This program is also gateway to the membership with CPA Australia and ACCA, Association of Chartered Certified Accountants. So not just the business school accreditation, but also gateway to the chartered account, the CPA, Chartered Professional Accountancy accreditation. Again, offered in trimester-based model, and this presentation will also be a quick guide for you to tell you where all these programs are being offered. So we have 5 campuses, Daniel said, and this program of Masters Professional Accounting Advanced is offered at our Newcastle City campus, in which students enjoy one additional year of work and post economics management and policy. Again, it's pretty much on your screen. The apart from the business school accreditation, health economics and management policy is also accredited by ACHSM. So here, what my colleague Daniel was saying is more like a triple accreditation for these students. All right. So a quick fact about health economics management and policy. There has been a 15% job growth already for graduates looking for this. I mean, for people who are looking to career in this field. Though there are remote study options available, but we do not really promote those study options because then they do not qualify for post-study work rights. So I'll quickly move on from the screen, as some of the facts are also available on the website. Okay, now one of the classic pathways that we have for all the non-clinical, non-medical kind of students from health background who want to enter Australia, want to have a taster of the health system of Australia, but they do not qualify directly for a medical or a clinical program. MPH is your guy. So we have an MPH program standalone degree, but then that is only a year or a year and a half. So we do not really promote it to the Indian students or international students because that does not give them post-study work rights and it's not a good return on investment for them. Here comes the two Masters of Public Health specialization, one of which is on your screen, Masters of Public Health with the Health Economics Management and Policy. So earlier that I was talking about is Masters of Business Administration, MBA with Public Health, Health Economics Management and Policy, and this one is more into further technical into health. Again, based is offered on semester and trimester based model both. Just a second, guys.
I would also like to quickly add, please do not get confused by the name. It just means it's a health management program. It's a very long name, but it just means health management. So when you all are promoting the program, you can remember it as a health management program. That would become more effective.
Yeah, that's correct. Thanks, Daniel. Again, that program is also accredited by the relevant authority. Now, coming to engineering, remains one of the most crucial.
Apurva, I think we're losing you again.
Okay.
Yep. So I'll just take the rest, and then now if you want to jump in, you can please jump in.
Sure. Thanks, Daniel.
No, actually, we can hear you now. Do you want to continue, or should I take it?
I can continue, no problem.
Okay.
All right. So, so I was talking about engineering. So engineering is one thing that we are really invested on. In fact, we are doing a lot of projects on promoting engineering in various parts of India because we know that we excel in this part, like, it's unmatched. When we talk about engineering, our engineering program at bachelor's level is honors degree, which means a 4-year degree, full time, and also has a 20% scholarship. Now, with this degree comes with a full 12 weeks of industry experience. And this degree, again, can be tailor-made to the specialization that students want. Like, we do not want to restrict them to just 2 or 3 classic engineering programs. There is renewable energy, there is mechatronics, there's computer systems, there's environmental, there's chemical, civil, and so on and so forth. In fact, I think, if I'm not wrong, and correct me, Daniel, we are number 1 or number 2 in the clean energy space.
And renewable energy. We're number 2 in the clean energy space.
Yes.
And I think we're very highly ranked in the engineering and automation as well. We're number 2 in New South Wales for engineering and automation.
Correct. And for automation, I understand we are also top 50 in the world. So huge regards to this faculty, to the stream, and to the side of the university. When we talk about professional engineering, again, it comes with civil, mechanical, electric. So all three popular programs that Indian students want, we have it. And the program is accredited with Engineers Australia and the Washington Accord as well. This also is offered just at the Newcastle campus. In fact, all the engineering is only offered at our Calhoun campus, which means additional regional benefits to our engineering students.
Also, very quickly to add to what Apurva said, in the Bachelor's of Engineering, while students are looking at a specialization, the university also allows them the freedom to take up an elective or minor subject, which could either complement their major or could complement their specialization, or it could be something completely different. So, for example, a student who's looking at civil can also take up electives in software engineering because everything is being digitalized. Or a student who is looking at chemical can also look at environmental to understand what is the effect that chemical has on environmental, and thus enhancing their entire study with the university.
Yep.
Move forward,
Thank-
Apurva.
Yes, please. All right. So our Bachelor's of Computer Science and Bachelor's of IT, I think most of you who have been sending our students at bachelor's level would be sending for Computer Science and IT. So I'll quickly brush through here. So in Computer Science, again, there's up to 250 hours of mandatory career-ready placements. Again, adds a huge feather to the students' cap because they become more saleable in the market. We also have professional recognition by Australian Computer Society, which is also known as ACS for both the programs. Move ahead. Okay. In fact, I was just talking about the Masters of Data Science and Artificial Intelligence to one of the who I met. I think this is one thing that is so right